A long time ago, after the flood, there was only one language spoken by all the people on earth. They all understood each other perfectly. There were no misunderstandings, no strange accents, and no need to learn new words. Everyone spoke the same language. The people were united, living in one place, and they shared a dream. They wanted to build something that would make them famous, something so tall that it would reach all the way to the heavens. They imagined it would be a tower like no other, grand, majestic, and strong enough to show their power to the world. They were determined to build the tallest tower ever seen, a tower that would be the symbol of their greatness. "We don't need to worry about anything. Together, we can do anything," they said, excited by the idea of building such a marvel. So, they began to gather materials. They didn't use bricks like we do today. Instead, they made bricks out of clay and baked them hard in the sun. Then, they used tar to stick them together, making the building solid and sturdy. Day by day, the tower grew taller and taller, stone by stone. The workers worked together, pulling in the same direction, believing that with their combined strength, they could reach the heavens themselves. As the tower grew, so did the people's pride. They began to think, "Look at what we've done. We are great. We can do anything. We don't need anyone but ourselves." They became so focused on their own achievements that they forgot the true reason for their lives. Instead of seeking God's guidance, they wanted to show the world how powerful they were. But God looked down from heaven and saw what was happening. He saw that the people were no longer relying on Him. Their hearts were filled with pride and ambition. And God knew that if the people kept on this path, they would soon forget about the love and help that God had shown them. The unity they had in language and purpose was good, but it was leading them down the wrong path. So, God decided to do something about it. He didn't want the people to get lost in their own pride. He didn't want them to be separated from Him, and He didn't want them to believe they could do everything without His help. So, God came up with a plan. One morning, as the workers were busy building, something strange happened. Suddenly, the workers started speaking in different languages. One person would call out to his friend to pass him a brick, but his friend couldn't understand him. One builder shouted, "Pass me the clay," but the other workers looked at him in confusion. "What are you talking about?" they asked. It was as if they were all speaking a different language. At first, they thought it was just a mix-up, but as the day went on, things got worse. No one could understand anyone else. The workers tried to talk to each other, but it was impossible. They were speaking words no one could comprehend. It became chaos. Some people spoke one language, while others spoke a completely different one. Some tried to explain things, but no one could understand what they were saying. The construction workers began to argue and fight, trying to make sense of what was happening. The plans for the tower were now falling apart. The leaders tried to take charge, but it was no use. The people couldn't communicate anymore. Some builders moved away, and soon, the area around the tower became empty. The great tower they had been building stood still, unfinished, a reminder of their failed attempt to reach the heavens. As time went by, the people spread out across the earth, taking their languages with them. They moved to different lands, forming groups that spoke the same language. And so, the world became filled with different languages and cultures, just as God had planned. The Tower of Babel, which had once been a symbol of human ambition and pride, became a symbol of something else. How important it is to remember that no matter how powerful or smart we think we are, we should always depend on God and His wisdom. The tower was a lesson that no one can reach heaven without the help of God. It's only through God's help that we can truly find our way. The Tower of Babel teaches us that unity is good, but it must be in the right direction. When we build things for ourselves, out of pride or selfish ambition, we can lose sight of what truly matters. We are reminded to rely on God's wisdom and guidance and to always remember that He is the one who gives us the strength to accomplish anything. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wonderful stories. Until next time, stay happy and keep believing. Before we go, let's think about the story. Why couldn't the builders finish building the tower? What does the unity mean to you? Share your thoughts in the comments below.